Hello there, and welcome. Tell me something honestly. Have you ever felt like your memory just isn't what it used to be? Maybe you go into a room and forget why you went there. Or you're in the middle of a conversation, and that familiar word, the one right at the tip of your tongue, just disappears. If you're over 60 and these little lapses are becoming more common, I want you to pay close attention to what I'm about to share with you. Because your brain might be getting silently robbed, and the thief could be something surprisingly simple: the lack of one single vitamin. After the age of 60, one specific vitamin becomes as essential for your brain as oxygen is for your cells. That vitamin is B12. And here's the shocking truth. Recent studies show that around 43% of people over 60 are deficient in vitamin B12, and most of them have no idea. That means almost half of all older adults may be living with a brain that's starving for this vital nutrient, right now, at this very moment. So, what's going on? Why does this happen? As we age, our body goes through many changes, and one of the most critical ones affects how we absorb vitamin B12. After 60, the stomach drastically reduces the production of hydrochloric acid and a protein called intrinsic factor, both essential for absorbing B12 from food. Imagine your body is like a car with a leaking gas tank. No matter how much fuel you pour in, the engine keeps stalling because most of it never makes it to the motor. That's exactly what happens with your B12 absorption. You might be eating all the right foods, eggs, meat, fish, dairy, yet your body simply isn't absorbing the vitamin. And the scary part? Most doctors don't routinely test for B12 deficiency in older adults. Instead, they often attribute symptoms like forgetfulness, fatigue, or confusion to just old age. But sometimes it's not age at all. It's a fixable deficiency. Let me share a real example that mirrors what I've seen countless times. A retired university professor, 68 years old, began noticing he was forgetting the names of his students. He misplaced objects, felt mentally foggy, and often lost focus in conversations. His family was deeply worried, even fearing early Alzheimer's disease. His brain scans came back normal, but when his B12 levels were tested, the result was shockingly low, about 140 picograms per milliliter, when the ideal level should be above 400 picograms per milliliter. After 3 months of proper supplementation, the transformation was incredible. His wife called to say, "He's back. His memory's sharper, he's thinking clearly, and he's full of energy again." And this isn't rare. I've seen this same story unfold in dozens of older adults. People misdiagnosed with dementia or Alzheimer's, when in truth, their brain was simply starving for B12. The scary reality is that vitamin B12 deficiency can mimic the symptoms of dementia. Every year, thousands of seniors are misdiagnosed, while their real solution could be as simple as restoring a single nutrient. So how do you know if your brain might be running low on B12? Here are the warning signs you should never ignore. Frequent forgetfulness, especially short-term memory loss, struggling to find words in conversations, that persistent mental fog or brain fatigue, unexplained mood changes like irritability or depression, mental tiredness even after a full night's sleep, tingling or numbness in hands or feet, problems with balance or coordination. If you experience 2 or more of these symptoms, it's essential to talk to your doctor and ask for a vitamin B12 blood test. And here's an important tip. B12 is not always included in routine blood panels, so you must specifically request it. Now let's dive deeper into why vitamin B12 is so crucial for your brain, especially after the age of 60. Think of your nerves as electrical wires. Around each wire, there's a layer of insulation that allows the current to flow smoothly. In your body, that insulation is called the myelin sheath. It protects your nerves and helps your brain send messages quickly and efficiently. Vitamin B12 plays a vital role in creating and repairing that myelin sheath. Without enough of it, your nerves begin to short-circuit. That's when symptoms like forgetfulness, confusion, numbness, and mood swings start to appear. But that's not all. Vitamin B12 is also responsible for producing neurotransmitters, the brain chemicals that regulate mood, memory, and focus. It even helps form DNA and RNA, which are essential for the renewal of brain cells. When your brain runs low on B12 for too long, the effects can be serious and sometimes irreversible. Recent studies from the University of Oxford revealed that maintaining proper B12 levels can reduce the risk of brain shrinkage due to aging by up to 30%. That means this single vitamin can literally help preserve your brain's volume and sharpness as you grow older. Isn't that incredible? We're talking about a nutrient that costs less than a cup of coffee, yet can have a profound impact on how your mind ages. Here's what most doctors don't explain clearly. There are only a handful of natural food sources that contain significant amounts of B12, and most of them are animal-based. The richest sources include beef liver, which tops the list by far, shellfish, such as clams and oysters, sardines, tuna, and wild salmon, lean red meat. You can also find smaller amounts in milk, yogurt, ricotta cheese, cottage cheese, and eggs. But here's the problem. Many people over 60 either reduce or completely eliminate animal protein from their diets, sometimes due to cholesterol concerns, sometimes because of difficulty chewing or digesting heavier foods. Others follow restrictive diets that unintentionally cut out B12-rich sources. And that's not the only issue. Several medications commonly prescribed to older adults can actually block B12 absorption. Did you know that diabetes drugs like metformin and heartburn medications, such as proton pump inhibitors, PPIs, drastically lower your bodies to absorb vitamin B12 from food? If you've been taking any of these for more than 2 years, your risk of deficiency skyrockets. Let me tell you about Helen, a 73-year-old woman who came to my clinic after nearly 2 years of struggling with what she described as a constant fog in her mind. She often forgot appointments, misplaced objects, and even stopped driving out of fear she might get lost. Her daughter, worried about possible dementia, did some research and insisted that Helen get tested for vitamin B12 deficiency. The results were shocking. Her levels were dangerously low. After just 3 months of proper supplementation, Helen's transformation was remarkable. Her posture changed, her eyes regained their sparkle, and her words were filled with excitement. She told me through tears of joy, "Doctor, I feel like I got my life back. I'm doing crossword puzzles again. I drive without fear, and I don't lose my train of thought in conversations anymore. It's like someone lifted the fog off my mind." Stories like Helen's aren't rare. They're becoming more common every year. And the good news is, with the right guidance, this kind of recovery is absolutely possible. If you've already confirmed or suspect that you might be low on B12, there's something you need to know. Not all supplements are created equal. Most over-the-counter B12 supplements are made with cyanocobalamin, a cheaper synthetic form. Your body must convert it into an active form before it can be used, something that becomes harder as you age. That's why experts now recommend methylcobalamin, the natural active form of B12. It's far better absorbed, especially by older adults, and doesn't require any conversion process. Dosage depends on your blood levels and symptoms, but in cases of severe deficiency, doctors often begin with injections to quickly restore healthy levels, followed by oral maintenance doses. Even though it's a vitamin, supplementation should always be done under medical supervision, especially if you're taking other medications or have conditions like kidney or liver disease. If you still include some animal products in your diet, consider these practical tips. Eat beef liver once a week. Just a small 1 ounce, 30 grams portion can supply more than twice your daily requirement of B12. Include fatty fish like sardines, tuna, or salmon several times a week. Not only are they rich in B12, but they also provide omega-3 fatty acids, which further support brain health. Add eggs and dairy, especially cottage cheese and yogurt, to your meals for additional B12 intake. For vegetarians or vegans, B12 supplementation is absolutely essential, since plant-based foods simply don't provide enough. Some fortified cereals and nutritional yeasts can help, but they should never replace proper supplementation. Fortunately, awareness is growing. The American Academy of Neurology now recommends testing B12 levels in any patient showing cognitive decline, regardless of age. It's a big step forward, but there's still a long way to go before this becomes a routine practice worldwide. Remember, your brain makes up only about 2% of your body weight, yet it consumes 20% of the nutrients and energy you take in every day. It's your most powerful and precious organ, and it deserves your full attention, especially after 60. Now that you understand the incredible role that vitamin B12 plays in preserving your memory and clarity, let's talk about how to protect your brain long-term. Because maintaining sharp mental function after 60 isn't just about taking a supplement. Your brain is like a living garden. Vitamin B12 is the water it needs to thrive. But to make that garden truly flourish, it also needs rich soil, sunlight, and care. In other words, you need to combine proper nutrition with the right lifestyle habits to keep your brain strong, vibrant, and alive. So let's explore the essential daily habits that can rejuvenate your brain in just 90 days when combined with healthy B12 levels, all backed by modern neuroscience. If there's one thing that rivals the power of B12 for brain health, it's exercise. Regular physical activity increases blood flow to the brain, delivering more oxygen and nutrients to your neurons. It also stimulates the release of brain-derived neurotrophic factor, BDNF, often called fertilizer for the brain. Studies show that adults who walk briskly for at least 30 minutes a day experience improvements in memory, attention, and emotional balance within just a few weeks. You don't need a gym membership or fancy equipment. A simple daily walk after breakfast, light stretching, or even dancing to your favorite old song can make a difference. The key is consistency. Remember this: every step you take is a step toward mental clarity. Your brain is a demanding organ. It craves antioxidants, minerals, and essential fatty acids to stay sharp. Along with B12-rich foods, make sure your plate is filled with colorful vegetables and fruits, especially those rich in flavonoids, found in berries, citrus fruits, and leafy greens. Flavonoids help improve blood circulation and protect brain cells from oxidative stress, the same process that causes aging in the skin and organs. Add nuts and seeds like almonds, walnuts, and flax seeds for a boost of magnesium and omega-3s. These nutrients support mood regulation and protect against memory decline. And don't forget hydration. Even mild dehydration can cause confusion and fatigue. Aim for at least 6 to 8 glasses of water a day. Sleep is when your brain literally cleans itself. During deep sleep, your brain removes toxins that accumulate throughout the day, including beta amyloid, the protein linked to Alzheimer's. If you've ever felt foggy after a bad night's sleep, you've experienced what scientists call temporary cognitive decline. To protect your memory, go to bed at the same time every night. Avoid screens and bright lights an hour before sleep. Keep your bedroom dark, cool, and quiet. Aim for 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep. Your brain depends on it just as much as it depends on oxygen or nutrients. Your brain is like a muscle. If you don't use it, it weakens. Challenge it every day. Learn something new, play an instrument, solve puzzles, read books, or engage in meaningful conversations. Even simple habits, like taking a different route during your daily walk or using your non-dominant hand to brush your teeth, can stimulate new neural pathways and strengthen mental flexibility. And remember, social engagement matters too. People who maintain active social lives in their 60s and beyond have lower rates of dementia and live longer, happier lives. A phone call with a friend, a family dinner, or joining a local community group can do wonders for your mental health. Chronic stress floods your brain with cortisol, a hormone that damages memory and learning centers over time. That's why relaxation practices are not a luxury, they're essential. Try slow breathing, gentle yoga, prayer, meditation, or simply spending time in nature. Even 10 minutes a day can lower cortisol levels and restore calmness. Your brain thrives in peace, not chaos. If you're over 60, make it a habit to have your vitamin B12 levels checked at least once a year, especially if you take medications for reflux, diabetes, or hypertension. Follow a vegetarian or vegan diet. Feel tired, forgetful, or mentally foggy without a clear reason. Ask your doctor for a specific B12 test, because many routine panels don't include it unless requested. Catching a deficiency early can make all the difference. It's far easier to prevent damage than to reverse it. Thousands of people in their 60s, 70s, and even 80s are rediscovering mental clarity simply by addressing a silent deficiency. They're reading again, remembering birthdays, engaging in conversations, and feeling confident behind the wheel. The spark comes back, and with it, joy. I've seen people who once believed their best days were behind them suddenly light up with new purpose. They travel, volunteer, and reconnect with loved ones. The truth is, it's never too late to give your brain what it needs. I want you to think about this. How many people around you might be silently struggling with low B12 levels right now? Maybe your spouse, your best friend, or even you. And how many of them believe it's just aging, when, in reality, something as simple as a vitamin could change everything? That's why I encourage you to share this information. A simple conversation might help someone regain years of memory, clarity, and independence. Sometimes, saving a mind starts with sharing the truth. If you're over 60, or if someone you love is, here's what you can do today. Schedule a blood test for vitamin B12. Discuss your results with a healthcare provider. Ask about the best form and dosage for supplementation. Combine that with movement, nutrition, good sleep, and calmness. Then watch how your energy, focus, and confidence begin to return, often within weeks. So if this message resonated with you, give it a thumbs up, share it with someone you care about, and subscribe to stay updated. Because here, our mission is simple: to bring you clear, science-based insights that empower you to live longer, healthier, and sharper at any age. Your mind is a treasure. It holds your memories, your wisdom, your laughter, and the story of your life. Take care of it, because a clear mind means a clear life. Take care of your brain today, so it can take care of you tomorrow. If you've made it this far, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Rate this video from 1 to 10 in the comments, and let us know what you think of the content. Your feedback is essential for us to keep bringing you useful and relevant information. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.